Oh, please.
Brrr, boom. All right. Don't adjust your computer screen. This is not a Friday night. This is Saturday night. Um,
Oh, how embarrassing.
Steve, friggin' rookies.
Yep.
It's all right. All right. So, hey everybody. Little impromptu chat tonight. There was no other chat tonight. So I found out about it. I actually asked in the Facebook thingamabob, and they said they weren't having one. So, so I figured, what the hell? Let's just have another one. All right. Couple of things. Couple of public address announcements. First and foremost, you guys all know Lee Ralph, right? All right. Cool dude from the South. He does everything camping, bushcraft, and all that. Okay. Well, he's gone through some shit. He's done with his chemo medicine and stuff. He just came back. He did actually just put out a video today. So if you can keep him, they said things are looking good for him. So he doesn't have to go back for another 6 months. So if you can keep him in your thoughts, and now his wife is going in for her heart on the 30th. So, and the 30th is like a week after Thanksgiving, right before the holiday. So it's like, that sucks. It sucks to go in any time for that, but
right.
Okay. But so those of you that know Lee, if you could you keep him and his wife in your prayers, that'd be super. My other one, she hasn't gotten back to me yet, so I'm gonna do it anyway because we did it on the comments on of the Quagmire last night. So I'm gonna. A bunch of you remember CoinKeeper? Raise your hand if you remember CoinKeeper. All right, or out in the chat room, you guys can say aye, or whatever. Anywho, CoinKeeper, all right, is now better known as Laura. Laura Blade, I believe. Let me see if I can go back to my thing. Yeah, it's LB, Laura Blade. So, and some of you may know, she's been around for ever in a friggin' week. But it has changed. So, if you want to pop over and say hi, I think that'll be. Yeah, I thought so too, Sandy. Sandy, I was just having a conversation with her about you. She was wondering how you were, and I told her to pop on and say hi. So let me do a rundown, and then it's Freeform Saturday. What's up, kid? All right, give me one. I'll see you later. Yeah.
Good night, young lady.
Wave to the guys and girls. Oh yeah, you got a nice little cleat mark on your leg. All right, give a little wave. Say see you later, alligator. Say goodnight. All right, bye. So let me do a little quick rundown. And
Mike, before you do that, the whole little prayer request thing there, whatever, if you don't mind.
Right.
Yeah, I hate to use this chat as a platform to put this out there, but for those of you that are the praying type, if you don't mind, my wife's sister, kind of keep her in mind. She's been waiting for several years on a kidney transplant. They got a kidney, went to do the surgery, and she didn't get the kidney because a heart valve issue that she didn't know she had came up.
Damn it.
So they got to get that fixed and then go back on the transplant list. So,
now, does she stay where she was on the list, I hope?
As I understand it, the way it was explained to us, once they get this heart issue straightened back out,
Yep.
she's not exactly the top of the list, but the first one that comes in that is compatible for her, she will get that phone call or page, beep, whatever it is.
Okay.
So once she's fixed, the first one that fits her is hers.
All right. Wow. Sandy's passions was not first. The stalker of all, the Steve of all stalkers was first tonight. Sandy, it's always a pleasure seeing you. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I have a thing every night of the week and you come. That'd be great. Sandy
right.
McCloskey, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Gig riding 19. What's going on? And obviously Stump's in here with us.
Mm-hmm.
Got a request to do a gospel karaoke. I asked him, should I do it before or after the heavy metal one? They never replied. God, I hate scrolling. Stevie B, here again tonight. Thank you for coming in again. Always a pleasure. County Line Logan making another appearance tonight. Thank you.
Right on.
Prepping. Do I just say prepping to endure on here? Prepping to endure. What's up, my friend? HRM's Weapons. How are you? G Trapper. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. All right. I think that's it. I think it is. Because I don't know you were going to have a chat tonight. Ohio. My friend. Great to see you.
Whoa!
I hope you realize you do have you always do, but you have an invite in your YouTube inbox. Peanuts, guys, how the hell are you? Great to see you.
Brother Paul, what's up?
I'm here. You can end it now. Yeah, I ain't in it now, bro. Last night it ended in a hurry. Boom, it was over. I was going to get to that in a minute. So last night after my nap,
I missed that.
and I'm still mad at Stump and Stevie because they're smart enough. They don't know how to fucking just mute me. That's okay.
I wasn't here when you went to sleep, Dick. Don't even blame that shit on me.
So it's all right. I got to blame somebody. Blame
the fucking Yankee.
No, we don't do that. See, we don't do that. We don't blame. See, we stick together.
Yeah. Also, I got yelled at last time I muted somebody.
So here's what happened. All right. So if you're on the Quagmire last night, right? And all of a sudden, it just went poof. All right. And that's what I got. It went. I didn't hit no buttons. I didn't hit. You know what I mean? I didn't lose power. Nothing. I'm actually saying nice things about Stump. And
well, that's what killed it.
Because I went back. I went back and rewatched it. Well, obviously not the whole thing, but you know what I mean? Like when it cut off, because I want to see what we were talking about to see what just keeping on you guys. Good news back in law enforcement starting November 3rd. Good. That's awesome news, Ohio. Ohio.
Heck yeah.
I got good news for you too. Dig That Tone might be getting back up again. So I was wondering if Dig That Tone's going to come back. If maybe Sunday nights we could have Sunday night shenanigans come back. That'd be pissing, wouldn't it? But it's always a pleasure to see you. You know that, brother. You gotta come on, dude. We need to. When you get a chance. I know life's busy and all that. I get all that. You know, I know that. So here's what happens, right? So I swear to God, you guys can go back on the thing and look from last night, right? I'm telling Luke, yeah, you know, that Stump's a cool guy, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden the thing ends. right? And I was kind of pissed off, as you would imagine, on two levels. One, because that happened. Two, that I'm texting the nuts out of Steve's cell phone. Oh, my phone! You're lucky my phone's dead tonight, Stevie. Because I would show you how many times I texted him. Steve, what's going on? You guys still there? What did you do? You know, what's going on? Da, da, da.
Yeah, we didn't do nothing. Is that dang
Anyways,
Canadian?
long
Is
story
that why
short.
you sent me that text, Steve? What the fuck's wrong with Mike? He's texting me left and right. Is that why you sent me that text?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right?
Funny guy.
I went and I'm trying to find out. I went through people and I was asking people what they, you know. I spent a couple hours today trying to find out what's going on. Now, I can't prove it. I can't. But legend has it that YouTube, if you put content that they don't deem, how do you say this?
Appropriate, advertisable.
Yeah, whatever. Now, here's the other half of that is that they're gonna knock you out. But here's the other half of that is I kept going back today to see if I got any strikes against me, and I don't have any strikes against my channel. So if anybody, if either one of you two guys or anybody out in the comment section, if any of you guys knows anything else more than I do, please, if you don't want to say it here so you don't get in trouble because your name's not there, just PM me. If you have my phone number, text me. I just can't get it tonight. Email me, Facebook me, whatever. But just let me know. Yeah, see Ohio saying advertiser friendly. He has a ton of videos that are now being flagged. So YouTube is acting up.
Well, they're only doing it to monetize stations, I believe, because if you notice the title of my last video.
Which one?
Guns, guns.
Yeah, the one I just watched today.
I was kind of putting a test run out there to see if anything would happen.
Oh, and by the way, last night when I said to you, I didn't get to see the video that you said, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. It was the Fatwood one.
Oh, got you.
So I tried to catch up on some of my videos today. I saw a couple from Stevie's. I saw Lee Ralph's. I saw Laura's, a.k.a. CoinKeeper. Ohio, were you here when I said that? CoinKeeper's back. Under Laura Blade. Laura Blade. So.
Yep. Amongst this that you were.
No, go ahead.
Amongst what you were just talking about, you know, how all this transpired, you went back and watched it, and you were talking good about me to Luke. What was going on that you had to talk good about me? I'm curious. That's just weird that you're speaking nice about me.
No,
it wasn't creepy.
Luke said something. You know, cause I think it was right after I woke up or whatever, and Luke said something to the effect of, Stump had to go. Want to let you know that, you know, he likes to shop up a bar, and I said something to the effect of, Stump's a cool guy. He is a Southerner. You know, I did throw the poke. I said for a Southerner, he's a cool dude. You can ask Steve was sitting right there. He'll tell you this. I don't, you know, I don't lie. So and then all of a sudden, bang! All you have to do is watch the last 30 seconds of the chat, and all of a sudden it just goes. HRM says YouTube kills his Wi-Fi on chats to run ads for 2.5 years.
Well,
it's I don't know. Aren't there any entrepreneurs out there that'll make a different YouTube? I mean, I suppose you have, what do you call it? But you can't do chats on there, right?
there is a platform. A couple of channels are moving to it slowly, putting all their content on YouTube and this other thing called Twitch. I know Matt over in Texas, Demolition Ranch, Vet Ranch, all the damn 40 channels he's got. That's what he's doing right now. And he was talking about you're able to host live chats and everything over there as well. And there apparently is no censorship on this, from what I understand.
Well, it can work both ways with censorship. The problem with that is that, you know, the trolls, they don't, well, they take care of trolls and stuff too. So,
yeah.
But
YouTube probably owns that too, but
we'll right. See. So I did want to apologize. It wasn't like I hit the wrong button. I am wicked happy to see all you guys here tonight. G-Trapper, I love when you come in here. And it's cool to see P NASCARs, and he says, okay, you can quit now. Because usually when Mr. P NASCAR shows up, we're all saying goodnight. So that ain't going to happen for a little while. P NASCAR, so.
And as long as he is here, I would like to take a moment, if you don't mind, to tell him thank you once again for that beautiful
isn't it?
Motherfucker.
I'm hopefully going to get mine dirty up north.
I'll tell you what, Mikey, I don't care what you get on it, just a tad of rubbing alcohol, and this thing comes back just as clean and pristine as you see. Because Dude. It wasn't 3 weeks ago, there was enough pine sap on this motherfucker to re-steal a fucking boat.
What were you cutting, fat one?
No, I was just out in the woods, and I stayed out, I don't know, 2 nights, 3 nights, and this is what I carried as my belt knife for that little trip. And like I say, I got her nasty and all, and she done her job. She cleaned up well. I hold her back up good, and back up here on the desk she is for right now.
Isn't it a beautiful blade?
Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what.
Unreal.
I know there's not a lot of effort involved in cleaning tree rats. You got to be careful. I don't know how you go about it, but typically I'll just make a little slit in the back, get 2 fingers on each side, and just turn him inside out. That's how I was always taught. That motherfucker there, if you ain't careful, you get your finger, cut your damn squirrel in half, and you're trying to put that little slit in there. Right. That blade bites really good. Yeah, that's why he sent a Band-Aid. Yep. Should have sent the little little hook in the tread to stitch myself up too, because I'll tell you what, you cut yourself with that fucker. Hold the hand above the heart, because it's gonna bleed like a mofo. Yep. You know. I was impressed at how sharp they were, straight out of the box. Because normally, nobody makes a knife that's sharp enough for my taste, but that comes really close. It's got a nice edge. I didn't get to go shooting today. I was at my daughter's soccer, at the Camera Girl soccer game this morning. Nice. And my buddy called me. He goes, listen. And I goes, don't even talk to me. And I went to hang up on him. Because when he says listen, it's not good news. He goes, she's up my ass right now, da da da. He goes, I just told her, we're going to go next Saturday morning. I goes, yeah, right after the fucking soccer game. It's our last one. He goes, all right, at the end of the soccer game, come get me. He says, we'll go. I says, all right. He's like, do you have any primers? I said, I have 2 boxes of primers, remember? He says, oh, yeah, I remember you were dumb. Yeah, I was dumb. I go hunting, and I want to share with you, if I can get to my history, you guys are going to laugh your nutsacks off on this one. Just because of you guys know what happened to me up in Maine, right? A couple of years back with the bear. I want to share.
Copy link address. Wait a minute. Do I do that with the copy? Sorry if you guys heard that. Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
What, you farting?
No. Copy, paste. Hit that. Hit that. Go to that. And holy Hannah, I would have shit myself. HRM says he got the Dell Android tablet. Okay, that has endured for 2 years with parts of 4 other series. Do you live near high tension wires? Is that why you can't get on? I know people live near high tension wires screws up their Wi-Fi like a son bitch.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me anyways. I don't live there, so I don't know.
I can tell you from experience, they mess with a satellite phone bad. Real bad.
So, you can edit your chats now. Good. I like that. I can edit out every time I take a snooze.
Yeah, screw that, Mike. I just want you that video real quick.
I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
Fuck that. No way. Dude, I just shit my pants.
Well, give me a brief description there, Stevie. I can't do that from here right now.
I'll give you all a brief description, okay? It's a freaking grizzly bear. Okay? Brown bear, grizzly, whatever the hell you want to call him, right? The guy's in Alaska. He's walking up a trail, and literally a trail. He's in a campground. The trail I'm going to assume is probably 8 feet wide. Dirt trail, okay? He's walking up the trail. What's walking down the trail? Brown bear, 2 cubs.
Oh, yeah.
Oopsies. He starts backpedaling. As he's filming this, he's like, "You hope you don't stumble." No, shut up, shut the camera off and go.
Right.
Anybody else hearing this all broke up?
Yeah, Mike's coming through. Kind of, I don't know, it's like he didn't quite have his plug in all the way or something.
Was that better?
Not really.
Oh, you kidding me right now? They're fucking with me again.
Good old Wi-Fi.
Right on.
I have fun.
Yeah, it cut out completely there for a moment.
How's that any better?
A little.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Interruption of signal.
Yeah, it's kind of choppy at times.
You guys are clear as a bell, which is usually funny because usually it's you guys I can't hear.
Yeah. Oh, Mike bailed out on us.
See ya. Now he's
Hope
going
it was
to
by
start
choice.
texting.
Yeah. So,
And I have no idea.
Standard. Go ahead.
I have no idea how to send him a link. Oh, he's back.
Cool. So I don't have to do the obligatory, just in case, Mike loves all y'all and thank you type thing.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I was talking about being nice just in case you didn't make it back, you damn jackass.
So that came out clear as a bell then. Good.
Yeah.
Like me. Okay. So here's the funny part. Usually I can't hear you people. You people. Richie, welcome, buddy. Coming in all choppy. Is that any better?
Yes, much better.
Okay. All right. So Richie wrote that after before I came back in. Okay, good. So I didn't go shooting today, but Steven, did you go?
Nope.
That sucks.
It was just 100% pure. I didn't feel like getting off my ass.
All right.
Just one of those days.
Right.
Richie, is that what Guns and Gadgets was talking about? Is that going to be countrywide or is that just locally here. And you guys, I'm Richie. I'm asking Richie a question because if he answers the way I think he may, I'm gonna ask you to do something. Yeah. So next week, just Mass. Okay. Anyway, I can bring that up anyways. So Massachusetts is having a. You guys know Guns and Gadgets?
Heard of them?
Cool channel. Works very hard with Second Amendment. Very, very hard. Like this guy is like a diligent friggin', like he's a machine. So Massachusetts is having a rally this weekend, the 5th. This weekend coming up, not like this weekend we're in, next weekend.
Cool.
So
Like
she
that.
hasn't Facebooked me back yet, Richie. I Facebooked my my state rep. My wife knows her pretty well. So I asked her to do it, and she's like, "No, you can do it." I'm like, "Oh." And Richie, I don't know if you saw what I wrote in that chat. She's a moderate, but leans to the conservative side. So, and to me, being a moderate is not all that bad because you're a fence sitter. That, in my opinion, you can always fall to the good side. But
right.
But yeah, send you a link to Google. I don't know if I can, Richie. All right, Richie, hang on. Let me. I have to do it to you in Facebook. I thought you were a new NJ. That's why I didn't send you a link, silly. I'll have to send it to Facebook because YouTube has changed. Huh.
Again.
Let me do it this way. What do you got, a snack? I'll take one. I don't know, but don't think that you're going to walk in the kitchen, grab a snack, and not give your old man a snack, because that'll just get you killed. Jesus, these kids.
Child abuse live on YouTube.
Did you think I was joking? Oh, good. Oh, he's throwing one away? Oh, okay. Goodbye. Now stop eating all the snacks because you won't have any for the rest of the week. And I didn't eat this one. You did. Floppy. All right. Richie, Facebook messages. All right. Go to Facebook messages, Richie. So, anywho, Massachusetts and guns and gadgets. It's again. I'm not saying it just because he's from Mass. You guys go check him out. He's wicked with us on Second Amendment, and this guy knows his shit. So, anywho, I thought that would be well worth. Richie said that they are trying other bills in all 50 states, but they're going nowhere. Okay.
Yay.
But anyway, so I'm glad to see CoinKeeper's back. I'm glad that you guys have been following this chat since like forever. It really means a lot. You know, we have a lot of fun. We get silly.
Yep.
I might get ornery. And yes, I can spell that. ONRY.
While we're on that note, I would like to say this about this chat, Mike. You do a very good job of, we all get on here and we're able to express our opinions, even though they may be different sometimes when we're talking about something serious.
Mm-hmm.
but you're able to keep a handle on things so it doesn't become an insult competition. You know, you're able to do the chat and maintain it in a way where at the end of it, we're all still cool with each other. You know, so hats off to you, thumbs up, that sort of thing, whatever. And with that, I'm done being nice to you tonight.
Okay, cool. Hey, Jack, what's up? Yeah,
Jack.
I mean, it's important to me that hey, Richie, what's up, brother?
Not much.
It's important to me that, and it was to Ohio too, because again, I wouldn't be here because Ohio was like, for all of you that don't remember, or for those of you that might be new, Ohio and I started this, and Ohio named it the Quagmire, although this is not the Quagmire tonight. This is just a... Anywho, I think it's important that, because I would watch certain chats and I'd hear, the name calling like every 30 freaking seconds.
Yeah.
You're a Republican, you're a loser. Oh, you're a Democrat, you're a loser. Oh, you're undecided, you're a loser. Oh, you're not for you don't stand with us, you're a loser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to those chats. I haven't been back.
Right. And, for me personally, last night was a great example of that. I actually had a civilized conversation with a Canadian here on your chat. I'm still amazed by that.
Yeah, right.
Well, stay informed. He's a good dude.
Yeah. He is. Luke is great people.
Right.
But like I said last night, I did have an argument with somebody on my chat. He's since moved on. I don't like to end shit like that, but that's how he wanted to do it, so that's fine.
Right.
You're your own person. You're your own person.
Yep.
But anywho, so I'm gonna shut up because I'm gonna let you all know what's going on in my state, anyways, and what in others, because I wasn't there for the entire chat. But Richie,
yep.
You want to let people know what's going on, please?
So every state is having a rally. So figure out who's you can go to. Never Enough Ammo has a link on Facebook and YouTube that will take you to your state. Every state is doing it on November 5th.
Oh, okay. That's the one I thought was going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is true. I was listening in the truck on the way back from dinner, what Jarrett was saying. And no, everybody, please follow Jared. The guy he's retired law enforcement, and he puts out some really good content every week. He's doing something, and he doesn't do Massachusetts. He does every state. If something comes out, he's telling you about it. So he's a really good channel to follow. But they're doing this November 5th because they're supposed to do this Antifa thing on the 4th, so they figured that they do it on the 5th. I don't really know, though. I mean, you got to see what's going to happen on the 4th first, if anything happens, in my opinion.
Right.
You don't want to be out there as a sitting duck, neither.
I'm just worried about the leftover Antifa pissers going after us on the 5th.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of people have said that I've reached out to. They're like, hey, listen, it sounds like a great idea, but the 5th ain't a good day to do it with everything that possibly could happen on the 4th.
Right, but you can't do it the following weekend because the following weekend is Veterans Day.
Yeah. So that's what's happening with that. They just, some places are doing it at their state house. Some places are doing it off-site because you need a special permit. As you heard Jared say tonight, he's going to find out if Massachusetts you need a permit,
Right.
which I'm assuming you probably do.
I think you do. I reached out, like I said when I texted you, I reached out to Colleen Gary.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for her to Facebook me back.
But like he's asking everybody in the state of Massachusetts, if you got, like I know you got a shop right in Drake. Go down and talk to the dude.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. If anybody's interested in going, we'd love to see you. I probably am going because I usually go to all of those, as you know. But I'm stuck in the land of friggin' gun free right now. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm moving all kinds of stuff, so.
Yeah, it's so here's another thing about Massachusetts that's absolutely pissing me off. And it has nothing to do with Second Amendment. So for those of you who haven't, hey Philly, how are you? And yes, the coffee was good. My good buddy Philly, I bumped into him at Dunkin's and he bought me a coffee, so that was cool.
Nice.
Right on.
I thought I was going to get a coffee from Rich tonight too, but that's something different. No, I was kidding. So Massachusetts, right? I've already told you guys that we have an excise tax. When you buy a vehicle, we have to pay an excise tax on it. Once a year. Well, now, just to add to all that stupidity, now they want to put up toll booths that they don't need. They only put toll booths up on the Massachusetts Turnpike to pay for the Massachusetts Turnpike. Okay, so now what they did was they took out the manned turnpikes. Okay, and we put it's all electronical.
Yep.
So it don't matter what state you're from, you drive through it, you're paying it. Mike, you needed coffee last night. I know, bro. I know, PI. PI. I got one step better tonight, though, bro. Right there. So what they want to do? All right. So originally there was one. Okay, so there was one at the 128 Mass Pike. Right. There was one there. There was one down in Alston, the Alston Brighton tolls. And the Tobin Bridge.
This is on the Southeast Expressway you're talking about.
Yep. And then the Tobin Bridge getting into the airport, coming out of the airport. All right. So if you came out of the airport and you went a certain way, you wanted to come up like towards me, you'd pay a toll. So all these man tolls are gone. They got to now they want to put it down. Now they want to put another one up near me. Okay. One in the south going towards the Cape. I have one here about 25 miles over the border, 30 miles over the border, the Mass New Hampshire border. But that's in New Hampshire. Now they want to put one in Mass before that. Double K, how the hell are you? Wook, great to see you guys again tonight. Truth Freeze, where have you been? Great to see you. So now Massachusetts wants to put in like 2 or 3 more tolls on these highways. For what? I have no idea.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what is your benefit from that?
It's not paying for infrastructure for anything. It's not paying for it. I have zero clue why the hell they're doing it.
It's to line the politicians' pockets, I'm sure.
Well, they got to have a reason.
And you know what they said? A lot of out-of-state traffic. Really? Because there's a lot of out-of-state traffic, like Massachusetts going to New Hampshire, Massachusetts going to Connecticut, and all that bullshit too. But you don't see the state of New Hampshire. Okay. So the state of New Hampshire has a toll, like where I said, right here, right near me. Then they have one at Hampton Beach, not at Hampton Beach, but at Hampton. That's 2. Then they got 1, 2. One's a ticket, one's take a ticket, or one's a pay and one isn't on 16. Okay. In the whole state of New Hampshire, They got 3 tolls, 4 tolls. The whole fucking state.
I don't think we have any in this state.
The whole state.
I mean, do you not pay gas tax or something like that? Is why?
Oh no, we pay a lot of gas.
Let me tell you something. We pay a shit ton of gas tax.
Have you ever heard the term Taxachusetts? It ain't that for nothing.
Listen, back in the 80s, 90s, a friend of mine owned a gas station. I forget what the gas was per gallon back then. Okay, it was probably 90 cents a gallon or whatever, right? $1 a gallon. Do you know what he made out of that? You know, out of the, let's say it was $1 a gallon. Do you know out of that what it was his?
Probably 30 cents.
No, not even close.
Not even 30 cents?
Thinking probably 3 or 4 cents.
6 cents.
Sad.
6. Everything else was the states.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk about taxes. Now, what do you guys pay down in North or South Carolina for a pack of cigarettes?
Around 4.5, right at $5.
All right, so it's over $10 a pack here.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I just paid
for 7 something.
I just paid $40 for a carton of these cigarettes. Okay.
Marlboros are about 85.
Oh yeah. I also paid about $9 for a pack of Pall Malls last night. Politically Incorrect says he stopped driving semi-loads our way because of the tolls. Yeah, they suck.
Well,
if you go,
don't.
Yes, that's it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Doesn't a state welcome out-of-state traffic because they spend money in your state?
Yeah, they're welcoming you back. They want your money now.
Yeah, why would they penalize you?
I don't know. Politically Incorrect just put it down. I was just about to say it. The GW toll in New York, $27.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Maine has a lot, but I'm going to say something about Maine, and it ain't because I love the state. All right. Maine probably has, let me see, I got one. Well, just as far as I go, right? They got, when I'm working out, going up to the hunting cabin, they have one. They have two. I think it cost me somewhere in the vicinity of $8 or $9 to get to the cabin. Is that back and forth? Anywho, Maine's a little bit different. Maine only has 3 million people in the whole fucking entire state. Okay, we have that in fucking 4 towns. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
No, we got what do we got? We got 6-something million people in this state, right? There's about 800,000 in Boston.
Oh yeah.
I get 30. I'll put it to you this way: I get 30 something in my town, and there's 90 something beside me. So there's $120 in 2 towns.
People.
Yeah, in 2 towns, 120,000.
Good God.
Okay, but my point is that at least I can understand a state like that. Okay, I can't understand a state like Massachusetts has more fucking. They call Route 128 the technology highway because there's more fucking business there than anywhere I've ever seen. You know what I mean? And you don't want to drive on it because you can't anyways. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're not driving. You might as well walk.
Oh yeah, you're gridlocked.
It's horrid. And now instead of, like Stevie was just saying a minute ago, right? Instead of saying welcome to our state, live in New Hampshire and work in Mass so you can get more money. Fine. But instead of saying welcome to our state, enjoy this, enjoy that, go to the Cape, see this, see that, go out to Springfield, see the NBA Hall of Fame, go out there, go out to the Berkshires, right? No. You know what they're saying? Come see us, but we're going to take your money. Oh, and by the way, gas on the friggin' Mass Turnpike is about fucking 40 cents higher than everywhere else in the state.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because they can. And like I'll go to like a McDonald's or a Burger King or something around here, like in my neighborhood. Like there's a Wendy's like fucking right there, right? I can go get a hamburger, cheeseburger for like fucking $1.19. Okay? You go to a Wendy's on the Mass Turnpike, that $1.19 cheeseburger is about fucking $3.19.
Same with McDonald's too on there.
Yep. It's horrific, and they do it because they can get away with it.
And not for nothing, the tolls were supposed to go away like 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Once it was paid off, it
Yep.
was supposed to. They were all supposed to come down, and the Mass Pike was supposed to be free.
Yep. And they promised,
Yep.
they'll be taken down once it pays for itself. Not only did it pay for itself to like over already.
Wow.
I mean,
And they shoved it to us hard.
I've only been to New York a couple of times for a comparison, but I'm going to tell you something. I really wish, forget what they pay for the tolls, I really wish I had $1 for every friggin' truck, car, motorcycle that goes down 128 in the morning to the Pike.
Oh, the state of Massachusetts.
It's phenomenal.
Well, that's like even here. Now, when I go home, I'm in Jersey. When I go home, I won't go to George Washington for that 27.
84.
No, I'll go down the Garden State Parkway to the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Okay,
like
yep.
A third of the cost. And I'll come across and I'll get on 15 and I'll go all the way up to Massachusetts, into Connecticut that way.
Right.
Nope, won't do it.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Wow. That's one thing about when I lived in New Orleans is the reputation for being crooked that town had. They built a new Mississippi River Bridge and they charged you $1 each way.
Yep.
And they said when this bridge is paid for or evened out, we'll take down the toll booths. And you know what? They actually did. I couldn't believe it. And then it was free passage. I couldn't believe they stuck to their word like that. And I couldn't believe it was only $1.
Anybody that's following the World Series, the Dodgers just blew this game wide open, 6-1 in the 9th.
Damn.
Just had a grand slam.
Yeehaw. Whoops. Should have took that pitcher out last inning, I guess.
That was their closer.
Oh, well, boy.
Mikey, did you hear anything about this storm that's coming our way?
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain like a sumbitch tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody follows Bernie Rayno. He's a weatherman on the national weather. He's talking on Periscope about some friggin' damaging storm coming up the Northeast.
Yeah, that's the one tomorrow into tomorrow night. It's going to be like windy as a mofo.
Is it?
Yep.
Coming up the coast, or is it coming from over here?
No, it's coming from the suddenness.
Yeah.
See, here's what happens, Steve, right?
All I can tell you on that one, if y'all are getting the weather we had today and yesterday, it's going to be a little chilly. The wind's going to get up for about 3 hours.
Yep.
And the sun's going to come out, and life's going to be groovy.
Yeah, well, I meant to make fun of him last night, and if I got to, I'll get to him in a minute. Stevie, in the winter, you guys give us your weather, okay?
Right, because the wind comes out of the west.
Right?
Yep.
And when it hits the lakes, right, the lakes push it down into the Northeast. Now, the suddenness, that shit comes up like this. So when it comes up like this, sometimes when it's cold enough, right, the high pressure you guys give us, right, or sometimes the low that you guys give us, and when it meets this bitch, okay, we get pompled with snow,
right,
or rain. Either way,
Yep.
You know, it all depends how cool it is. How, you know, if the one down the bottom is a high pressure and it's going to push out the low pressure,
Yeah, we get
you
that
don't get
classic nor'easter.
exactly. Now here's where it sucks. It's only happened a few times, but it definitely sucks. You get the one here, the one from you, and then you get the one from like Nova Scotia.
That Nova Scotia one's the herder one.
Okay. That's when you're screwed.
Right.
And that's what did in the that's the hurricane that did in the bunch of boats, but the one they made the movie, they depicted the movie The Perfect Storm from.
Perfect storm, yeah. Now see, when we get into the dead of winter, our whole system changes and we get a straight north wind. So anything that Canada's getting, we start getting. It like makes this weird little V dip. It's bizarre.
So what we usually get is it goes down into like New Jersey, not maybe quite that far from you, and then it comes up and it just gives us that classic storm.
Yeah, a big swirl.
But this guy here, Bernie Reno, I don't know if anybody follows Periscope at all, but he's on there, and you can Google him. He's awesome. He gets into the millibars and all that stuff.
Dino, how are you doing? Great to see you.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Yeah, we get one from Nova Scotia every once in a blue moon.
Yeah, that's the ones you get that bitter cold shit where you can't even hardly breathe.
Well, no, we get that from you.
Oh, you're welcome.
They call that the Canadian Blast or something to that. The Canadian Express or the Canadian.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
It kills the mosquitoes. That's all I care about.
Kills more than friggin' mosquitoes, I'll tell you that. It sets me up for ice fishing for a very long time. And my timber wiki. What's going on?
So I know we're bouncing around, but back to the Massachusetts stuff that they're doing.
I did that. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I started the weather thing. Back to the Massachusetts thing. It's going to be illegal to oil your gun. It's going to, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so that oiling your gun is going to make the performance of it shoot faster. Now, doesn't that sound stupid?
Makes you want to come to Massachusetts, don't it?
Yeah, with a cannon strapped to my back. Just saying.
Well, piss on them. Be compliant. Change over to graphite.
No.
Hey.
Well, that's kind of like that bill they were trying to do with the bump fire. That thing was so vague. Basically, oiling your gun would improve the performance.
Yep.
So you couldn't do it.
Here's the thing.
Good advice, Gear.
Here's the thing. Fuck you. Put those down before I hit you over there with them. Here's the thing. Alberta Clipper. Thank you, Phil. Dino, I forgot you're up there. That's beautiful. I want to come up there, Dino. Here's the thing with Massachusetts. Let me tell you something. Massachusetts is a beautiful state. I love the foliage. I actually even took a picture of the foliage. One particular tree across the street from my house. I put it on Instagram today. I love this time of the year here. It's beautiful. I'm really not a beach as in ocean beach as in lake up in the north. I'll go to with the kids, but I'm not a Cape Cod type guy. However, it's still beautiful down there. Berkshires are awesome. That's the quiet, in my opinion, that's the quiet part of the state, out west, where Richie is. That's a beautiful part of the state. What kills me about this state, it absolutely kills me. Now, we were just telling you about the excise tax we have to pay on our vehicles, telling you about how the tolls, they're going to add tolls and all that, right? We started a freaking revolution a couple of 100 years ago because they felt as though we were being unfairly taxed from the king. Yet, in the exact same friggin' spot, a couple of 100 years later, I'm not being facetious, but aren't they doing the same friggin' thing?
They're doing worse.
Yeah.
They're taking your rights away, Mike.
I mean, not to be disrespectful to you or the whole state there, but y'all are definitely getting bent over. And damn.
The place where all our freedom started stops for those that live in the state of Massachusetts. It's just horrible.
So apparently the politicians are not learning from history.
They don't study that shit because none of the old politicians got rich.
Oh, yeah, that.
But here's the thing. You know, everybody thinks that, you know, as far as Second Amendment, right? Everybody thinks, not, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people believe that, you know, if you're a Republican, you're going to vote for all the gun laws. And if you're Democrat, you want to take them away. That's shit. Okay, there's just as many Republicans out there that suck as there is Democrats when it comes to Second Amendment. Granted, this state is loaded with liberals. And yes, we have one now. We have a Republican governor sitting in there now. We had Mitt Romney. We had Bill Weld. The problem is that the state house is loaded. Everything under the governor is 100% friggin' Democrat, and they, for whatever reason, hate guns. You know, it's like what's that, bud?
It's because they're idiots.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, it's like this, just like the attorney general that banned the ARs, okay? And I meant to look it up, and I didn't, so I apologize. I'm not even going to count a hunting accident, okay? And if I could do it quicker, you might take my rights away, but they'll never take much of my Constitution. The Constitution is toilet paper. Yeah, no shit. I'm with you there, Don. And here's the scary part, Don, right? We all know that Massachusetts is a commonwealth, not even a state, right? And we have our own Constitution, believe it or not. Anyway, I'm telling you, it's there. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying, Stumper?
Democrats.
Yeah, so it just doesn't matter who's in, because it's just the way they are. It's just,
well, what you guys,
there's no numbers to prove. There's no numbers. It's like so she bans ARs, okay, and the problem with that, well, the biggest problem I'm having with it is that there is no. She doesn't do a press conference and say, okay, there's been 150 deaths by ARs in the state of Massachusetts over the last 8 months. If she said something like that, obviously I'm not, I'm not going to just agree with her. But if she had said something like that, I can see why people would listen to her. I'm willing to bet it ain't 2.
I know it's not true. I just
no. I mean, it ain't 2. Oh, I bet 2 people haven't died from an AR.
Right. Go look at the FBI statistics of murders committed in the United States. The number 1 murder weapon in the United States is a baseball bat.
Yep, I think second or third was either a ball peen or a claw hammer.
But
yeah, they think baseball bats and others.
But
those.
but gun wise, right? My point is, why take away something that's not even the cause of your problems?
You're asking a question of pure idiots, Mike, who just make laws and stuff on a flinch.
I just don't
You
understand.
know, I would say a lot of that is actually the media's fault. You know, back to the whole hammer thing. Okay. More deaths by hammer than ARs or guns in general. But when's the last time you flipped on the news and, oh, this guy killed somebody with a freaking hammer? Or this guy literally beat somebody to death with a stick laying on the ground?
Well, that doesn't serve their agenda, so why would they talk about that?
Exactly.
It doesn't sell.
Yeah, it's like I said last night. It's not juicy enough, you know. And it's
Well,
all
the
right,
only
driver.
thing you guys can start doing is just go in there and blindly start voting straight Republican ticket.
Well,
The only way to shake it up.
Actually, it's not even that. See, here's the thing, right? I mean, you're right. You have to shake it up, Johnson. I totally agree with you on that.
Hence, our president at the time.
tonight at on Guns and Gadgets. All right, I told you guys he had that chat. He made a valid point. Richie, what was the stat?
I don't know. I didn't hear all of it, all of his thing tonight, so I couldn't tell you.
All right, I think he said the Senate. I don't want to screw this up. All right, let me say it this way then.
Are you talking about the vote?
Yeah.
It was 95-3.
No, not that vote. I'm sorry, not the vote.
Okay.
The seats. Like in the House, it's like all the seats are up, and in the Senate, 33 are up. I might have that ass backwards. It might be the other way around.
But it doesn't matter because there's too many damn liberals in Massachusetts.
But my thing is that at least, you know, you have that. You know, we have the ability. Like that's why I mean, that's Guns and Gadgets does all that stuff. You know, it's
yep.
Now, in normal states, every state has their own laws, as long as they don't contradict a federal law. Now, is that the same with your state?
No, because if you have okay. Don't forget, the Constitution gives the states the rights to, you know what I mean?
As long as they don't contradict the federal law. Like, for instance, marijuana growing and medical smoking is legal in a shitload of states, but technically the feds can still come in and bust you because it is against federal law still.
Yep.
So the federal law overrides state law. That's what the Civil War was about.
It does trump it. In this state, we are legal to have marijuana now, and they will have dispensaries where you can buy it as a regular person without a medical marijuana card starting next year or later this year. Or
something like that.
Yeah, next year. But now, us as gun owners,
right?
We can't. You couldn't. We couldn't. Well, you could, but you take that risk of.
You take the risk of losing your gun forever.
Well, first of all, if you were smoking marijuana, you're lying on your 4473 because there's a question on there. Do you smoke marijuana?
Right.
Now, see, on ours, it says, do you illegally partake, in marijuana or whatever?
I would answer no either way. Either way it's worded, I would say no. Kind of like when you go and they ask, like I don't think they have and this is where there's a fine line, right? So I have no problem with questioning people like if you are a nut job, okay? But the problem is they won't stop there. All right. So if somebody says, they were in a detox 15 years ago or 10 years ago, right? they're going to label that being the same as a guy having a hard time and spent 2 weeks in fucking Bridgewater State Hospital. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair.
And just for you guys that don't know what that is, that's our Looney Tunes hospital in Massachusetts. That's where you go when you get committed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, being committed is different than volunteering.
But they're not going to see it. They don't see it that way. So if you write down that you were in any type of program for drug abuse or alcohol abuse, you might as well. You ain't going to get your CCL. So
No.
It's not going to happen.
Also, if you have your medical marijuana card, the feds could come in and take your LTC away from you.
I have heard that from other states.
Now,
Yeah.
now, a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Well, Mikey, you can drink, and smoking weed now is the same thing. Well, I've never agreed with anybody having a beer or two or more, and then either with a sidearm connected to their hip or whatever. I've never agreed with that. I've never agreed with being out in on an outdoor range somewhere on somebody's farm and, you know, drinking a 6-pack of Bud or whatever and shooting. They just don't go together. It's kind of like drinking and getting behind the wheel of a car or motorcycle, whatever. They just don't go together.
Right.
That's just one man's opinion.
Well, it ain't just your opinion. It's actually against the law.
I don't have any issue with the state of Massachusetts telling you can't have a gun if you smoke weed.
Well, legally you can't because federal law trumps state law, and it's against the law to do any drugs if you own firearms. I mean, yeah, of course, a lot of people do it, you know.
But here's where federal law. Okay, so Richie, if I fight my case right in the courtroom,
Yep,
to get my LTC,
yep.
right? Do you realize now this is the state saying, yep, you won. Do you realize it's still up to the chief?
Oh yeah.
So they can interject on the pot shit, but they won't interject on the fucking give me my LTC shit that I just won in court. Does it make any sense?
It doesn't. Does anything make any sense in our state?
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I just, here's my thought process, right? If I go and spend the money and have a judge tell me, Mr. DeLucia, you are able now to go get your LTC as long as you pass the course, all that bullshit. Okay, now. Then the chief has the right to say no to me. If the chief has the right to say no to me, I shouldn't have to go to court.
Who's the chief?
The chief of each one of our towns,
each police station.
So in Massachusetts, the way it starts, Steve, you have to go and you have to fill out the form. The chief himself has to approve it. If the chief doesn't approve it, it doesn't go any further. You're dead in the water. Then it goes to state, and then the state police have to do their background check.
Right.
But they'll take you $100 no matter what.
Right. So it's going to be $100 for the class, $100 for and I think that there's a bill to start waiving that too. There's a bill. I think they want to charge $30 now.
For the class?
No, for the license.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That won't pass.
But it's $100 for the license and $100 for the class. So it's 2 bills to get you fucking LTL in the state of Massachusetts. when I can go and plead my case to a chief. Now, here's the thing, though, right? The other hand of that is, let's say the chief says, you know what, Mike? You haven't been in trouble in 20 years. I'm going to honor this. Okay? Can the state come in and say, no, you can't do that?
I don't think so. I think
the
chief
says,
has...
Right, the law says it's the chief.
Chief has the final say. That's where a lot of people, there's what we call red and green states in this state. towns, I meant to say.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it falls like, like Lowell, for instance. You live in Lowell, you're not getting an LTC.
No.
You're not going to get it because first of all, the guy wants you to write an essay, which
Right.
is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Which you don't have to because it's not written in the law that you have to do that.
And most other states where you can get your LTC, all you have to put is for all lawful purposes.
For
and
all
you pretty
lawful.
much, you'll get it.
Now, and you guys, I've already told you guys this in the past. Mike, do you believe in the Constitution? Yes. What part of to not be infringed do you not understand? I know that.
Yeah.
But
You could say that to you blue in the face.
yeah. Shall not be. Don, do you mean being infringed when I was talking about the booze and the alcohol, or do you mean infringed that I should be able to get one? I know I feel as though I should be able to get one because I'm not in a mental. I was never in a mental hospital. I was never. I'm not. What do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, I've told you guys this before. Massachusetts used to have a have-to license. They used to have to give you a license so you can get like an FID card, which I have in my wallet. Okay. Now, back in like 2014, Massachusetts no longer, quote unquote, there is no more have to license. Okay. And that only gave me a right to buy shotguns and muzzleloaders and rifles and shit like that of a low capacity. Okay. My problem now is that with the new law that the chief has the last say in the matter is that now he can break my balls if he so chooses. Okay. The chief can break my balls on that and say, no, I don't want you to have the fucking shotgun.
Yeah, but you think he's going to do that after you've had it for as long as you've had it?
No, I don't think he is.
I mean, is he that much of a ball buster where you are?
No. Actually, the lieutenant that he used to have do it, the lieutenant used to we used to have a lieutenant in this town that took care of all that shit. Yeah. And he would just say to the chief, yes, he can have one, or no, he can't have one. And the chief would sign his name.
Now, how many towns away is
that lieutenant is no longer here.
So how many towns away is your brother, Leo?
How many towns away is what?
Your brother, law enforcement.
From, what do you mean? From where I live?
From where you live, yeah.
He's in Bedford. He's at the VA.
All right, I didn't know which town he was in.
Yeah, Bedford VA.
Okay. And that doesn't do nothing for you?
No, he's a detective over there. Dude, I know a sergeant on this police force in the town that I'm in.
I know, you've told me that before. You're good buddies with him, and
yeah,
it gives you nothing.
Yeah, it's, and I get the politics of it. I get the, well, what if something happens and then I get all that. But damn, I look at it this way, and I always have, okay, that you shouldn't be punished unless it was something, and I'm sorry, Don's going to get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If I was 19 or 20, okay, and it doesn't matter whether I was on drugs or not, because that's not an excuse, right? And I go in and I hold up a 7-Eleven, and I wind up, the way I read the United States Constitution, is guns have a God-given right, and the government has zero rights making any laws on any of it. I'm with you. If I'm 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, I walk into a 7-Eleven and hold it up, and something freakish happens, and I wind up shooting somebody and killing them, okay? Do I deserve, when I'm 50, do I deserve to have a right to to have a handgun. My opinion, no, I don't. I lost that chance because I fucking shot somebody illegally. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. If you're, you know what I mean, or if you're fucking, if you're a serial rapist, or if you're a fucking, I don't have a problem with all that. I really don't. I think.
Well, if you shot somebody, you already used a firearm illegally.
Exactly. So I think, right, as long as I know there's different class of felonies. So I think that if I was 18 and or whatever and 19 and I let me see. What's a felony nowadays? Breaking and entering's a felony, ain't it?
Not sure.
Well, larceny over 250 is okay. Let's say I stole a fucking mini bike, a dirt bike. Okay, so larceny over 250 is a felony. Okay, I forget what class it is, but it's a felony. All right. There's a huge difference between doing that and obviously killing somebody. My point is that people change. Hey, Luke, what's up, buddy? Mike has every right to protect yourself after you have paid your debt to society. They release you. You did your time. Gosh, I get that, but on certain things, though, I don't see marijuana as a bad thing. Heroin, on the other hand, is. But I also understand my duty to tell someone what. Right, I'm with you, Dawn. But I don't know. Maybe it's me. I just, you know.
Well, a lot of the lesser felonies and stuff you can get expunged from your record and just go on about your business.
In this state, I can't have either one of the charges I have expunged.
Well, then I think, brother, you're just screwed.
Hey, Mike, flat out got goddamn railroaded from the get-go.
I'm not screwed because I think what's going to happen as soon as I buy a house.
Change your name.
No. As soon as I buy a house, I'm hopefully going to buy one in New Hampshire. That'll change everything. But if I don't get one in New Hampshire, and I wind up staying in Massachusetts. I think I'm gonna go and see what I can do.
You could just move to South Carolina and they don't give a shit. I mean, time you turn 18, the state gives you a gun anyway.
No, I mean, New Hampshire, Maine don't either, as long as you're not a felon. I called the woman, I asked her, I said, do you have anything on misdemeanors, no matter what the misdemeanor is? She said, sir, I'm going to say this one last time. Are you a felon? And I said, no. Then she said, you can do anything you want up here if you're a resident. So, what did Car Carry just write? Car Carry wrote, if you are too dangerous to own a gun, then you are too dangerous to be out in society. A gun is one of a million ways to kill someone. I'm worried about the person, not the object. Me too. And that's what I'm trying to say. So if you're like a serial rapist or something, yeah, I don't care if you spent 30 years in jail and did your time. You don't deserve to have a gun when you come out. Sorry, because you're not changed. I apologize, but no.
Yeah, repeat offenders. I mean, you know, they make their own history.
Yeah, right. It is, Luke. Massachusetts is a great place to live. It's just, you know, you can make a lot of money here. Like I said before, I wish the state was bigger. I wish we never sold it to Maine. I'd be in fucking heaven right now if we never sold it to Maine. But It's some of the laws just, I'll never understand it. And again, with the taxes, I think it's totally ironic of all that too, you know. Good night, Sandy. Great seeing you, as always. Thanks for coming in.
Yep. Good night, lady.
Good point, Don. Don said he believes once you're done, your time is done, it's over, and your rights are restored. If the population was more heavily armed, people like that wouldn't exist anymore. That's a great point.
Damn right.
You know, it seemed like I heard they were working on that because they were proving it was unconstitutional, because once you paid your debt to society, if you haven't set up your own history. Oh, what was that? I read an article or something about it, and they were actually trying to get it where you're clear and good to go. You know, after your probation and all that stuff.
Right.
That's supposed to be what probation is for.
I mean, look, I know people change, and I know once, I mean, I do agree with Don. Once you pay your debt to society, you should be able to come out. However, it's like there's people that have licenses for automatic weapons. I personally think it takes an act of Congress to get one.
Yeah, you're talking about having to be squeaky clean.
Squeaky ain't the word for it. They're far. There really aren't that many people that have them.
They cost so damn much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. So it's the same thing. It's like, John says his state went constitutional carry and crime rates have dropped. Right on. I think that's awesome, Don. Maine went, I want to say a year ago in October, I think Maine went to constitutional carry. Was it a year ago? Might have been. Maybe a little less. That's cool. Vermont is, New Hampshire is. I don't know about Rhode Island and Connecticut. No, Connecticut sucks a dick too.
My state was working on that. I don't know what's going on with it. I'll have to check up on it.
And I don't know about Rhode Island. But I think it's, I don't have a problem. If you live in a state that's constitutional carry, hey, God bless you. I think it's great. You know, you guys aren't they putting one down in there for you, Stump?
Yep, we're working on it. It's yeah, they're working on it. It's up for the third time now, and as I understand it, it's only got one more vote or whatever, and it's expected to pass this time. And what we're going to get is kind of like a semi-constitutional carry. You still have to, what I was reading, the way it's worded, as long as you are currently legal to purchase a firearm, you will be legal to carry.
Right.
But at the same time, there will still be you're still prohibited from so-called gun-free zones.
Right.
And even though it's legal, constitutional-wise, like if you go somewhere and they've got a legit sign, the legal signs, concealed carry,
right,
and you cannot open carry there either.
Like Target, and I guess I don't have a problem with that, and I'll tell you why. Because it's, yes, the public can go in there, but however, it's private property. A businessman says, you know what, I don't want guns on my property.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of silly, but
it's also your right to shop elsewhere.
Absolutely.
which I do.
Absolutely. That was going to be my. I'm coming to South Carolina in January.
Who is this?
Car.
Double K says he's coming to South
Really?
Kakalaki in
What
January.
part?
Hurry up and fix the guns, please. Oh, he's probably going to spend some time with Michelle and Dish.
Well, that's North Carolina.
I know. But you know how I feel. It's all the same.
No, it ain't. They put North in the name. That's Yankeeville.
Don says Mass is a commie hellhole. It's going to get worse if you guys can't change your government. I know, Don. We're trying. We're trying.
Telling you, vote Republican.
Timberwookie said,
might be screwed up for a while, but at least you can work with them.
Timberwookie said, what is sad is that after mass shootings, the media uses it as a fear tactic and leads people to believe that they would be safer if they were disarmed. Great point, Mr. M.I. Timberwookie. They did it with all of them. Sandy Hook, the Columbine, what was it, 190 Seconds of Fear? What was that the name of the documentary movie that I saw for California with the two guys with the fucking M16s?
Oh, the bank robbers?
Yeah.
That they couldn't kill?
Yeah, they were using AKs. One guy ended up shooting himself trying to clear a jam pistol.
Well, here's the funny part
Real
about that.
fucking brilliant people.
Right? And where do the police go?
To the gun store.
They went to the gun store. They loaded them up. You can hear everything on the radio. Shoot for their legs and feet. Shoot for their legs and feet. They have armor on. They have armor on. Shoot for their legs and feet. And they wind up taking these two bastards out, which is a good thing.
Beautiful.
Which is a good thing, obviously. And I don't believe anybody died in that instance. In that. With all them bullets flying. So that's good.
Well, except for the bad guys.
Well, yeah, that don't matter.
And one of them was literally dumb enough to commit suicide in the process by clearing his pistol because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Oh, he's probably a little tensed up at the moment and forgot to take his finger off the trigger.
I don't know, but you figure, they're geared up full blown damn juggernaut or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
Body armor tip to tip. What are you worried about? I don't know. First of all, it's stupid as fuck to go robbing a bank anyway.
Yeah, you're just gonna be a dirtbag.
I mean, let's just be downright honest about this whole ordeal. You can have the fastest car on the planet that handles better than anything you've ever seen.
It ain't gonna be the radio.
You can have, you cannot outrun Motorola.
Right. I don't even think they walked out of there with money, did they?
Or a helicopter.
No. You can outrun a helicopter, trust me. Most of them peak out around 160.
Right, but they can still follow you.
Yeah.
Well, if as history have it, with mass shootings and stuff, they were probably a couple of liberals and didn't know better.
Right.
Yeah.
Politically Incorrect says, I take pride in how well I can conceal my weapon. They never know that I even have it because he sometimes carries it to states that aren't friendly.
That's the point.
I got a cousin of mine. I got a customer that I go to in New Hampshire. Richie, is it illegal to carry hollow points here in Mass?
What?
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, I carry hollow points every day.
He's a New Hampshire resident. Doesn't have one of the licenses that you have. He doesn't have a non-resident carry license.
Okay.
He comes down here all the time.
I didn't hear nothing.
Right, and so he doesn't. He's like, well, Mike, what are they going to do?
Well, they would make a martyr of him because he's a felon if he's coming into this state without a non-resident.
Yeah, but hang on.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate. What you just asked.
Right. And at what do you call it? when you at borders that when you come into the state of Massachusetts at, you know, on not major highways, but you know,
Yep. So here's what you're asking. Federal law gives you the right to carry a firearm into another state if you're legal to carry the firearm to your ending point. Okay? That's why I don't have a firearm here in New Jersey, because it's not legal for me to have one here. So I don't have one. Plus, I'm on a federal base, so I really can't. But like me, when I went to Texas for my son's boot camp, I had a license to carry in Texas. If I wasn't, then I couldn't carry there.
right. But my point, my thing is that like when you come to Massachusetts, there'll be a sign next to the sign of that says "Welcome to Massachusetts," and it says, you know, the gun laws. Da, 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 da. We drive up 93. It says it's an automatic year and mandatory year in jail, and all that. You guys can look it up. Not one person's ever served that penalty.
No, and I agree with you. But somebody that does have a license to carry in another state, they would probably make an example of him.
Yeah, good point.
Because he's not your average felon.
Right.
I mean, and it's up to each person that carries to check the laws of each state that you're going to go through.
Absolutely.
You
have to be, if you're going to be a gun owner, okay, you need to know all the laws. That's part of being, in my opinion, just an opinion.
Yep.
It's part of being a responsible gun owner.
So, like when I went to Texas, when I left my driveway, I had to lock everything up. I locked it up. I was a felon when I went through New Jersey because I had hollow points locked up in another case. But I'm sorry. That's federal transport. That would have been a gray area. I probably could have got in trouble if they had searched or whatever.
Yeah, but
you get gun locked up in one, and I had ammo and everything else locked up in another case.
I thought that's how you're supposed to do it.
You are, but you're not even supposed to transport hollow points into New Jersey.
See, I didn't think you could transport hollow points if you didn't live here either. That's why I asked if they were legal here.
There's no law in our books that say you can't have hollow points, resident or non-resident.
Okay.
Again, he would have. It doesn't matter. He would be screwed if he got caught anyways with any type of ammo.
Right. I just get frustrated, I guess. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, neither Don. Don says he doesn't have any problem with police being heavily armed. I don't care. I think the police should be heavily armed.
Poor Stump looks like his head's going to blow off. He's so friggin' boggled by all this stuff.
Jesus. You literally go to jail in New Jersey, if I understand this right, for being in possession of fucking hollow point rounds.
It's a year mandatory in jail per hollow point.
Per
hollow point.
You better not have 3 friggin' magazines of them. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
I keep a spare magazine in my truck. I sent my kid out to the truck before I left for Jersey. I said, go get that other magazine that's in the armrest. Because I'm not going to go to jail for 8 years because I have 8 hollow points in that magazine with no gun.
Wow.
The part that just absolutely boggles the hell out of me right now. There's a law about that on the books. Y'all are being fucked dry in every direction for anything to do with a firearm. And literally, like Steve brought up a while ago, you look it up, you do the research, you find the facts. A baseball bat, a hammer, a stick in the yard is responsible for more deaths in this country than firearms. Do y'all have some law against, lawnmowers with sharp blades or some shit?
No, just slingshots.
Well, who was it that Jared had spoke to that he was talking about in that chat tonight?
What do you mean?
And Well, he had asked her about bump stock. Some
Oh,
senator, or who was he
yeah.
talking about?
Um,
Well, it doesn't matter. He talked to some liberal piece of shit, and
yeah.
he asked her straight out, how many people have been killed in the state of Massachusetts with a bump stock? Nobody.
Right.
How many people have been killed with other weapons other than a firearm? And she just wouldn't answer him.
Yeah.
And he even went as far as to invite her and any other congressman, senator,
Yep.
politician to his gun range, and he would personally show them how to fire any type of firearm that they wanted to shoot.
Right.
Nobody's reached out to him.
That was the same conversation that there was a report that the Vegas guy had his bump stock or what have you, but he's using a tripod.
Yeah.
And it's been said you can't use a bump stock if you're on a tripod.
No.
See here.
So again, that gets back to what we were talking about last night with the misinformation that you get. So we don't know if he was on a tripod. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, and I don't drink the Kool-Aid and all this, but all that Vegas stuff happened because they were going to push good gun laws through the following week.
Yep.
They were going to, the Sher Act was going through, and national reciprocity was going to get pushed through.
Yep.
That's why that whole thing happened. I don't care what anybody says.
100% politically right.
Yep. But Sean,
I don't even believe that guy pulled the trigger, to tell you the truth.
I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb on this one. You know, I don't know how many of you, here in the video part or just the external part of the chat or whatever, have ever had the experience of firing anything that's full automatic. Okay, even sub guns, pistol rounds, 9mm. I've shot a lot of fully automatic weapons legally. The entire idea that you can, Joe Average, pick up anything that's fully auto and maintain any kind of grouping whatsoever past 20 yards at anything more than a 3-round burst is absolute, utter bullshit. Okay,
and I agree with you there. I said that, my biggest thing with the bump stock is if he did use a bump stock, it saved lives. Because if that guy was sitting there with those scopes that he had, he could have just been pinging people off left and right.
Yep. And this is
full auto is literally for nothing more than making noise on a battlefield to keep somebody's head down while somebody else gets closer that's going to squeeze off in semi-auto and actually finish the job.
Yep.
It's just amazing. Wookie says, how come we don't hear about all the lives saved by firearms in this media? Like,
exactly.
like them armed citizen stores and the NRA magazines. Exactly. Probably because it doesn't fit with what they're trying to do. And this isn't just in Massachusetts. This is, they don't want people thinking that guns are a good thing. I swear they don't.
I know.
How much media coverage did Tennessee get with that black Muslim shot up co-workers a couple weeks ago?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't even hear about it.
See, you didn't even hear about it.
Right.
Guy killed 3 people. Very little news coverage.
No, it didn't
fit their agenda. Yep.
I muted myself. Sorry about that.
You hate when that happens?
All right, put those down. Don't play with those.
I can't help it.
That's offending me because I can't have any right now.
It feels so good.
Jesus Christ, man. No hollow points, a year per round. They'd have a shit hit with the damn DRT rounds I carry. Frangible hollow points, Jesus Christ, they'd crucify my ass in the middle of town square.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna carry a firearm across state lines, you know you gotta know where you're going
Guys, am
and
I
what the
here?
laws are.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, one of the guys from your area came to New Jersey, working for the utility company, got screwed royally.
Mm-hmm.
Cop come up on him. He had a pistol. He says the cop was coming up. He was coming up to see what they were doing. He said, "I just want to let you know I have a pistol in the." Oh no, that was the end of that for him.
Yeah.
I think he was from South Carolina. I think that poor dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
I believe he got pardoned.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes back to what you were just saying. If you own a gun, you're crossing state lines. You know, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You've got to know what you're getting into.
I mean, the town that I live in I'm right on the Connecticut line.
Mm-hmm.
To get from one town to another in a couple spots, I have to go into Connecticut. Do you think I'm going to pull over and unload it just to go an eighth of a mile? No, I'm not doing
Right.
it. But I'm not driving for miles, yep. In Connecticut.
You know, I was actually talking with one of our state troopers here a few days ago. And, you know, we were at a gas station, and he had one of the newer issued Tahoes, you know, four-wheel drives, this, that, and the other. And I was in the blue Ford, and apparently he's a country boy at heart. He liked old trucks and stuff, so we got to talking, and I asked him, yes, you know, I was a kid, you know, everybody had a gun rack in the back window. Well, that got us talking about guns a little bit. I've actually invited him out here to the house. He's supposed to come out here in about 2 weeks. We're going to do some shooting. And he asked me if I carried. I said, well, that depends. Are you asking as just a guy, or are you asking as a officer of the law? He started laughing. He said, so in other words, you carry? I said, yeah. Well, we got to talking a little more about that. And he asked me, says, well, you know, how do you carry? I mean, you carry one in the chamber or not? I said, well, yeah. I, you know, told him, you know, usually I've got that 1911 and that SIG on me. And he told me himself, you know, yes, he's pro-gun, but he thinks that you hear all these people talking about carrying the empty chamber. State trooper, he said he thought that was the dumbest fucking shit he'd ever heard in his life.
Sure is.
I mean, even the law down here tells you point blank, carry loaded chamber, striker fire, have it ready to go, something like a 1911. He told me that if it was him offering advice, which is what he was basically doing, he was to carry it, you know, chambered, hammer back, safety off. And he said, you know, no matter how hard you train, no matter how often you train, remembering to disengage a safety will get you fucking killed.
Am I back yet?
Yeah.
You're here.
Oh, good. I was having audio issues. I'm sorry.
My biggest thing is if you got a good holster, you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Bud's T Fork 8. Welcome back, my friend. Great to see you.
Right. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like carrying that SIG, you know, especially if I'm somewhere where I think, you know, I might be in a situation where I have to.
Yep.
There is no safety. There is not a safety on that firearm anywhere except for my finger.
Same with my Glocks.
Yep. Chamber around, let the hammer down. First round's double action. You know, and that gun, you know, after I done the trigger on it, even on double action, now that's only about a 3-pound trigger.
See, that's another thing they're going to try to do away with their ban.
We're already on.
No, doesn't matter. That's part of this new bill.
We're already on 10, for Christ's sake.
That's what I'm saying, but you can drop in an Apex trigger kit. You can do lots of things to your triggers. Not going to be allowed. You can't do it.
Yeah.
fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Which one thing I recently found out, now granted, this is nowhere near actually doing a trigger job, okay? But if you pull your trigger group out, disassemble it, throw it over in your media tumbler for a few hours, clean it up, put it all back together, you'd be amazed at the difference.
Oh, yeah?
Take some of that grit out of
Yeah. Oh God, because you put it in that tumbler, all you're doing is getting the tool marks out, making a smoother surface. You're lowering resistance. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I mean, it's still going to be a heavy ass trigger, but it's going to be a whole lot smoother throughout that length of pull.
Heavy and smooth you can handle.
Yeah.
Well, that trigger you have on your Stevie is wicked smooth. On your Ruger that you just bought.
Yeah, both these two are feels good to me. The
Yeah,
lightest trigger in any gun I got. Well, except for that AR-10 has a 3-pound in it.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's never had a decent trigger, holy shit, is it like it's like a sundae, ice cream sundae and a piece of cake too.
But I'll tell you though, my trigger on my shotgun, I'm kind of not liking it either. I think it's operator error, but
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's got to be me because every time I shoot the friggin' thing, I'm bringing that with me to the range next week too. But it seems like I'm always going left, and we've already screwed with the sights, and I don't know. And it's kind of I don't even know what it's set at. I have to look it up to see what it's set at.
I mean, does it feel heavy or greedy or sloppy? I mean, what's the trigger feel like under your finger?
It just feels heavy.
Huh.
Well, don't they say rule of thumb, if you go shooting left, you're anticipating recoil?
Yeah.
Really? Fucking
Yep.
anticipating
Usually left or low end left. That's a sure sign of jerking on one.
Yeah, it's that or you're not isolating your trigger finger. You're using your whole hand and you're actually torquing the gun as you pull the trigger, kind of pushing the trigger.
Yep.
I just deem it funny as all hell because I'm gonna tell you something. When I was a kid and I'd play softball or baseball or whatever, it wouldn't matter where the ball was thrown at the plate. It could be inside. It could be anywhere it wants. Inside, outside, high, low. It doesn't matter. I'm making contact with that ball. That ball's going right down the line, left field line, all the time, 100% of the time. It's going from the shortstop to the third baseman. Draw that line and go out to the outfield, and that was it.
So you're a pull hitter,
right? I just think it's funny how when I shoot, the fucking thing's going left.
Well, it just means you swing early.
You know?
Yeah.
But politically incorrect says revolver triggers are ideal for the carry, I think. I wish I could. If I could, I'd probably carry the friggin' but you can't, that's I don't know. But around here, the other thing is too, isn't it that uncomfortable to carry?
No. Dude, I carry that Vaquero, and I've got one of the originals. It's heavier, got the thicker damn cylinder and all that shit. I typically refer to that as my Sunday go-to-meeting gun. We're going out, nice restaurant or whatever. I'll carry the Vaquero. Just basically because it's pretty. And, 45 long Colt, that's formidable. That's going to take care of stuff.
Right.
I'm going to be honest, I think it's a whole lot easier to conceal it legally than it is at 1911.
Politically incorrect got a 6-shot 357 with a speed loader.
Very nice.
I was going to say very nice. Not like Stevie's, Rugers that, one's a 40 and one's a. Just saying. Richie, these guys come on here. They know I'm having I'm having a fucking hard time, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do? Oh, let me show you what I got. And it's
just in trying to encourage you to move, Mike.
Poor Mike.
When's the last time I flashed a gun on this chat? It's been a long time.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
No, it's been a long. Well, yeah.
Whenever you told me you didn't have. Whenever you told me
I'll tell you what, Mike. Click on me. I'll flash a gun that you can own. That's still a beauty.
Whenever you told me I couldn't. Whenever you told me an SN number on that friggin' gun I wanted.
That's a choke.
Hang on a minute, Stevie. All right.
Anybody guess what model that is?
Don't even say Remington.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's actually going to have a hammer on it.
Yeah, that's a Remington.
Nope.
No, it don't.
Nope. I'll be damned.
No, that's a Remington.
Little scuff on the butt. Winchester.
Oh, it's a Winchester. Okay.
Model 12.
Mm-hmm.
1940.
That is the one we were. That's the one we were talking about. Very nice.
Yep. Pretty cool. It's got the screw-in choke tube.
Yeah.
And this works as a compensator.
Yeah, you didn't tell me about that part.
Own it.
Yeah, my Mossberg has a screw-in choke tube.
But you didn't tell me about the choke tubes and the vents in it when we were talking about it on the phone.
Clean as a whistle.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I like it.
It is, actually.
And I can
Very nice.
Yeah, that I can have here.
Technically, you might not be able to because it actually has a compensator on it.
Why was that got to do with the price of peanuts?
A muzzle device.
Yep.
All right, unclick before I show my wicked black ones.
I'm trying, believe me. All right, that ought to do it. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody needs LC9s, right on, Kia.
They are nice little guns. No shit.
Politically incorrect. Been looking at a Ruger LCR in 327.
Nice. 327. I want to get one. Those guns are so versatile. That thing will shoot every 32 caliber round out there. Some you got to use moon clips on, but
yeah.
I'd help a brother out. Moon clip.
Moon clip. And
so help me out. What I meant by that was explain yourself.
Oh, the moon clip is to hold semi or ACP style.
Okay.
They don't have a rim.
Right.
It's actually a circle, and the bullets clip into it, and then you set the whole rig into your cylinder. It almost looks like a speed loader, so to speak.
Yep, and you can get half moon and full moon.
Right. But they loaded up that 327 Remington mag, and they're getting real close to 357 mag speed out of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah. Anywho, so we're gonna work on that, and I'm I'm going to work on that, I should say. And I'm going to keep up and see what's going on with the... Is New Hampshire... Is New Hampshire ready for you, Mike? Yeah, right on, Fuzzy.
Meanwhile, vote them demitards out of office.
Yeah.
Yep.
That ain't gonna happen in this state, but I mean, we have a Republican governor that usually sides with the NRA that won't stick up for us. So, I mean, when that happens, you really don't have a shot in hell, you know.
Well, all you have is your vote.
Yep. Yep. And it's a shame, but what are you gonna do? You know, I'm beyond even trying to figure out why you would make a law like that, you know. Beyond even trying to figure it out. You know. And then you guys, you want to hear something funny? Go online. Richie can probably name them for you, but Richie, how many guns are illegal here? About 100?
Oh, there's a ton of them. I mean,
it's got to be over 100.
We have a special list that we can purchase from, and all the rest, if they're not on that list, we can't have them legally.
That is so fucked up.
Legally through an FFL, there are ways around it.
Yeah.
They just made the Springfield XDs legal here.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't been able to get those. We can now.
Well, gentlemen, I hate to do this to you, but I'm fixing to bail out of here because y'all's laws are depressing the hell out of me, and I'm getting sleepy too.
I got to go too, so.
Yeah, we're probably all going to get out of here all at the same time. So, listen, I'm going to thank everybody for showing up tonight and last night, because you guys, I never got a chance to say thank you for last night, right? So,
right on.
silent watches, much appreciated that you're here.
Kyle?
I hope that we'll see you all here next Friday.
Right. And if all of you would channel on here, want to be very massive supporter for Mike. All of us really that know him. Uncle Cal.
Yep.
Go check out his channel, watch some of his videos, will you?
Yep.
I think you'll good dude. He could use a hand right now if you got it in your heart.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for coming. Impromptu chat tonight just to get together and say hi because the other one wasn't on. So, but thanks a million everybody for coming in. Peace.